Hello guys, welcome to this YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Now my name again is Mr Pauline. Now if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do make sure that you do. So for today we're going to be looking at paper number 9. Now in our last video did paper number 8. If you haven't watched that, please do make sure that you do. I think I'll leave a link to it in the description down below. You can just go right ahead. So this is paper number 8 that we did. So these were the questions here. Now for this video we're going to be looking at paper number 9. So if you really like this content, please do make sure that you subscribe and also hit that like button. And also in the description below you can find our link to our WhatsApp group. If you have any questions or you might need special attention in some areas, you can just hit me up and I'll be sure to help you in whichever way I can. So now let's begin. Question number 1 says, when stopping a motor vehicle on a road except in traffic, where will you stop? Option A, on the extreme right of the road, on the extreme left of the road, or in an authorized parking space. Or C, stop in the middle if it is safe to do so. So if you are stopping a motor on a road, so what you should do is you should stop on the extreme left of the road or on an authorized parking place. So this one is our correct answer here. Now moving on to the next one. At what age are cyclists not allowed to carry passengers? Option A, 50 years, definitely not. Over 18 years, definitely not. Under 16 years. So a cyclist is not allowed to carry passengers if they are under 16 years. So anything that's under 16 years is not allowed. For instance, 15 years, 10 years, 8 years, things like that. So those definitely should not carry passengers. Now moving on to the next one. Who is required to wear a crash helmet? Option A, is it a cyclist only? Is it motorcyclist only? Or both of the above? Well, we know that someone on a motorcycle and someone on a bicycle, they are both required to wear a crash helmet. So the correct answer here is both of the above. Now moving on to the next one. The insignia of a detour ahead warning sign is inside A. Option A, is it a rectangle, is it a triangle, or a circle? Well, this question is basically asking us that the insignia of a detour ahead warning sign is inside the what? Okay, so like I told you, here you might see the word warning sign, right? Well, like I told you, that a warning sign is accompanied with a triangle or a triangle in combination with a rectangle, right? So when you have a triangle and you have a rectangle, the rectangle usually shows the information. So a detour ahead warning sign has two shapes. It is a triangle and a rectangle, right? A triangle signifies that this one is a warning sign. Then the rectangle, that's where the information concerning the detour is put. So I'll put that sign on the screen right there. So in that sign you can see it right there. So you can see that the detour information is in the rectangle, right? So this one is our correct answer here. Now moving on to the next one. Passengers disembarking from a bus should, option A, wait until the bus takes off then cross the road. B, cross the road from rear or front of the bus. C, cross from whichever side is safe to do so. So let's say that you're a passenger, right, and you're in a bus and you just got off the bus. So from whichever side should you cross the road? So what you do, you should wait for the bus to move, right? And if the road is clear, then you can cross the road. So what you should do, you should wait for the bus to take off. So if the bus is taken off, then you can cross the road safely. So with that being said, it means that crossing the road from the rear or the front of the bus may be very dangerous, especially from the front of the bus, because the bus may just take off while you stay at the front. Or let's say you're at the rear, the bus can even try to reverse and you are at the rear. So that's also another dangerous position. So from whichever side is safe to do so is also incorrect, because I've explained the dangers of crossing from either the front or the back of the bus. Well, let's move on to the next one. When approaching a flooded bridge, what do you do? Option A, you can cross only when driving a heavy vehicle. B, do not attempt to cross. C, engage lower gear and proceed safely. So here we're talking about a flooded bridge, right? A flooded bridge, right? So with a flooded bridge, it is recommended that you do not intend to cross. So do not intend to cross a flooded bridge. Now at a flooded bridge, we do not know how the water is shaking the integrity of the bridge, right? Now when the waters have flooded the bridge, the waters can actually tap the structure of the bridge. So at that point, it's not recommended that you should cross a flooded bridge, because while it's upon crossing, the bridge might actually fail, and that can actually lead to a serious accident. So do not attempt to cross a flooded bridge. I'll repeat that, do not attempt to cross a flooded bridge. Now moving on to the next question. Which car goes first here? Now we have a car diagram. So what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to zoom in just a bit like this. Now remember the question, which car goes first, right? Now we have three cars here, car A, car B, and car C, right? Now we can immediately see that car C is facing a giveaway sign. So at a giveaway sign, the car has to give the right of way to cars that are approaching from both sides, right? Which means that the car C is the last car to go. It's not the first car to go. So we just drag on that one through. Now we're left with two cars here, car A and car B, right? Now we can just immediately see that car B is coming from the right of car A. Therefore, the car that is to go first has to be car B, right? And the car that is to go second has to be car A. Now moving on to the next question. What is the meaning of this sign? Is it a stadium ahead? Is it a warning presence of athletes or soccer match? Well, as you can see, this one is a clear sign of a stadium ahead. So this one is our correct answer here. Now moving on to the next question. In an urban area, which car has the right of way? Now we have two cars here. Let me just zoom into this car diagram here. We have two cars here, car B and car A, right? So which car is the right of way? Now we easily see that both car B and car A wants to turn here, right? Therefore, we are immediately reminded of this rule that a car should not turn right in front of oncoming traffic, right? Therefore, car B is the oncoming traffic, and car A wants to turn right, right? As you can see, car A wants to turn right. Therefore, car A cannot turn right in front of oncoming car B. So the car which has the right of way is to be car B. So car B goes first here, followed by car A, right? So car A is definitely the last car to go. Now let's look at this other answer option, which says the car which enters the intersection first. Now definitely this one is wrong, because here we are looking at urban areas, not rural areas. Now remember, in rural areas, that's when we consider this rule which says that the car which is first to an intersection is the first car to go. But here we are specifically looking at urban areas. We are even told here urban area. Now moving on to the next question. What is the possible sequence of a robot? Here we're looking at a possible sequence of a robot, right? So let me just underline here. So is it red, green, filter, arrow? Is it red, filter, arrow, green, amber? Or amber, green, red, filter, arrow? Now to correctly answer this one, use the mnemonic GAFA, right? GAFA, right? GARFA, right? GAFA, right? I think I write that on the screen. So what you need to understand is, first you start with the G, right? GARFA, which is not the case here. Here we don't have amber, so this one is incorrect, right? The next one, GARFA, right? So here we kind of go clockwise. Remember, we go clockwise like this. Remember, we go clockwise, right? So look at my pointer, we go clockwise, right? So remember, we start with the G, then we go clockwise. G, A, R, and F. So this one is our correct answer here. So if your portion of the answers contain filter arrow, then you have to use GAFA instead of GA, right? GAFA is when you just added an FA in front of GA. Remember, GA is GAR, right? So GAFA is GARFA. So if there's a filter arrow, you just add the filter arrow after the red robot. So the filter arrow goes after the red robot, okay? So let's look at this one. It's GR. So this one is not GAR. So this one is GR, right? Which is the same as this one, GR. So this one is incorrect.